Welcome to Beyond the Grid. Today I'll be sharing with you some personal tips about multiplayer VR games that will help ensure you're not wasting your money when looking for content to enjoy with others. First, a little bit of backstory so you have an idea of what lens I'm approaching this question with. Many of you know that I recently joined the world of VR coming from a heavy PC gaming background. And a lot of those games that I like to enjoy were multiplayer games, whether they were MMOs, looters and shooters, RTSs, MOBAs. They're all enjoyed with other players. Thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not possible, other players. Not that I have a complaint about VR and its at the moment smaller player base than PC gaming. Not that I think they should be anywhere near each other at the moment, but there were some older titles, and I'll give you a specific example so you know what I'm talking about. Star Trek Bridge Crew. It's an older title, but I would say, a AAA title for the time, and I still think it looks great today. And I'll throw some stats on the screen so you can kind of see congruently what I'm talking about. But, it recently had an expansion in July of this year, so that brought some buzz back to the game. But people have been experiencing that game for almost 2 years, or at least since 2017. So some of these older but very well produced VR games had small player bases on an already small pool. Now, I wasn't disappointed by my experience that I had in that game at all, but what kind of hit me through multiple titles that I bought with right, wrong, or indifferent, the intention to enjoy from a almost solely multiplayer aspect. I found myself waiting in player lobbies or searching game lobbies and maybe two games, and one of them's not in my region and the other guy's AFK. Now, I understand there's some huge communities like Pavlov, for example, which there's players at 3 a.m. if you want them. But you get my point. I just was kind of disappointed that I had bought multiple titles, some up to $39 plus expansions, and maybe I had a wrong expectation that I was going to be able to pop in at a peak or non-off-peak time and just find people to play with. Maybe that was my bad assumption, but that's my experience. And so I'm going to share with you today some tools that I've learned or I've gotten from other YouTubers or the community, from me asking, how do I find people to play with? Or how do I tell if anyone's playing this game anymore? And some of them may seem really common sense to some people, but I was kind of wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, kind of coming into this VR community and with kind of PC audience level expectations. And I guess that was my mistake. But let me share with you some of the things that I've learned so that you can kind of level set your expectations about purchasing multiplayer games or games that you want to enjoy with other people online. And that's not to say I'm not putting the community of VR down. I'm just sharing with my experience so that you're more informed and we're all more informed, and that we can all enjoy more of the content in the way which we want to enjoy it. So let's take a look.
Okay, so let's look at some of the tools that I've been suggested and recently been using to ensure that I'm enjoying my multiplayer experience in VR. Now, we all know that Steam VR is one of the platforms that people play on. It's not all of them. Now there's Vive, which is based on Steam VR, and then there's Oculus platform. So it's not capturing all the data because, we're also looking at So let me show you one of the tools. So let me show you a few of them, and we'll kind of go in order of what have been most useful to me. So we all know that Steam VR, Steam is a big platform, a lot of people playing. You can see that, again, to my point, if I look at the top 10 titles on Steam, on PC titles, they're all going to be realistically multiplayer games, and there's double-digit thousands or hundreds of thousands of people playing these games. Now, I want to do the same thing, but for VR, and there's a few sites that help me do this. And let's just take example, the first one, VR Looking for Group, and Cass from the other VR channel suggested this site to me, and I was like, wow, blown away. Like, I know it's just based on the Steam web APIs, and it doesn't include Oculus Home, PSVR, Viveport, it's only Steam. But this is a great tool for me to look at titles that I intend to play in a multiplayer fashion because that's what I enjoy, and I can see how many people are online right now by my title, or I can sort by my max, or I can look at my average. I can filter, show ranks, show averages. I really, I can sort by max. I can sort by player count. I really enjoy this tool because Arizona Sunshine was one of those titles that I looked into, that I was not disappointed, but I thought there'd be a lot more people to play with, and it just disappoints me when I really enjoy multiplayer, and if I look at Star Trek Bridge Crew, there's 10 people online right now. Not to say that's the entire player base, or I haven't popped on during peak times at night and just boom jumped into a game and had a blast, but just notice, because that's something that surprised me, and maybe it shouldn't, but I wanted to share this with you. The other one, if we look at really quickly, is a little more detailed, and that one's steamcharts.com. Now, I'm not affiliated with any of these sites, but I'll link them in the description. Let me know your favorite site for checking VR games and how you find players to play with in VR multiplayer. Now, on this site, a little bit different. You can see the kind of historical population of the game as it goes through time. And just speaking to this game in particular, I'll look like, oh, an expansion released in July and the peak player count exploded to 500. Now, October is a long ways away, so you can see that player count decline. And my average players look kind of scary, but I can see that during my peak times, and you can definitely check 48 hours by your time zone on this app. So like if you play super late at night, or you play midday, 4 people online for Bridge Crew on a Monday, you might not find anyone to play with. And that may or may not be okay for you for a $40 title. Again, I'm just sharing with you some tools, guys, that I found really helpful. I'm not saying that no one's playing VR, or that VR is dead, or don't buy this game because it's got a small player base. I think it's a fantastic game, and it's literally just the game I'm using as an example because this is what spawned my kind of investigation into this. The last one that I'll mention to you, and other YouTubers have mentioned it recently, Mateo311, or Gaming with Mateo311 mentioned this, and that is Discord servers. Now, Discord servers and Reddit communities are just a great way for you to connect with the VR community at large in whole. VR Club is one that he mentioned. It's a Discord server, and again, just finding people to play with, or that want to play or consistently play a certain game. Not that they want to play older titles, but that they want to have, a static group, or, just, hey, let's jump into a private party. We're all on. We all want to play this game. Let's not go through the server matching, or, some of the game matching in multiplayer VR is not great. You can't like see server list or anything, so you can team up in Steam. So again, guys, this is just me sharing what I've found, sharing what others have shared with me, because I found it as a really valuable resource as far as wanting to find people to play multiplayer VR games with, because that's how I enjoy my PC content. I enjoy the social aspect of playing with other players. Again, guys, if you like this video or any content on my channel, please hit that subscribe button and like the videos that you're enjoying, so that I can tell what content you're enjoying and make more content situated around what you want to see more of. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a great week.